I have a question for you today, and I'd like to get a serious answer. Will Apple ever stop growing? I mean, is it possible for Apple to keep going and become a $4 trillion company, 5 trillion, maybe one day a $10 trillion company? Well, we're going to talk about Apple's amazing feat and the fact that Apple is now a $3 trillion mega empire. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about black wealth and black economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day. We talk about it under one condition. The condition is that we are B1. B1 means we are black first. That means we put ourselves at the top of, of our priority list. It means that black wealth is black power. And at the Black Business School, we are black wealth experts. We are the number one institution on the planet solely focused on black wealth and building wealth in the black community. So if you are also black first, if you believe that black people should put ourselves at the top of the priority list, put a B1 in the chat, hashtag B1. So give me a yes or no. How many of y'all, let me see. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me. If you cannot hear me, I'm going to back out and come right back in. Let me know if you can hear me. My name is Corey. Said there's no sound, so I need a yes in the chat. If I see a bunch of yeses, that means that you guys can hear me. If I don't get a yes, that means that you can't hear me. So give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. All right. Thank you, El Haj. He's the first yes, so I appreciate that. Okay. You have me worried. My name is Corey. He said I can't hear you. That gets me skittish. All right. So let's talk about what's going on. Terry and Sabrina and Khalil and Ayana and Kevin and D Harris and Reginald. I see you. I see you. I see you. So give me a yes or no. How many of y'all heard about Apple and Apple becoming a $3 trillion company today? Give me a yes or no in the chat if you saw this story. It's kind of a big deal. It's a huge landmark. Apple is printing and minting money. Apple is a hell of an investment. Apple's just one of those companies where you couldn't lose with Apple and this has been true for many years. Just last week, I think a week or two ago, I mentioned to you guys that I bought some call options on Apple stock to add to my portfolio for 2022. I mentioned to you guys that this year, a lot of experts expect that since the free money from the federal stimulus package isn't out there anymore, you're going to have to be a little more careful, a little more selective in your stock picking. And if you recall last week, particularly in stock market investing class, if you're in the class, I mentioned Apple as one of the companies that I liked. I had also loaded up on some Tesla. Well, it turns out Apple and Tesla today are the big winners. They're the big stories today. Apple crossed the $3 trillion market cap, which means that they're worth $3 trillion. Apple is a company that has been just extraordinary for many, many years. In fact, actually, if you hit the thumbs up button while I pull this up, I want to show you guys what would have happened if you had thought about your children or thought about yourself and bought yourself some Apple stock just 5 years ago. So Apple stock is trading, I want to say, at about $182 a share, approximately 181, something like that. Well, if you look at this chart, you can see that you could have bought Apple stock in 2017. That's not that long ago. March 2017, you could have bought Apple stock for just $35.16. $35.16 is now trading over 180. So imagine that. Imagine buying a house, some raggedy little piece of crap house in the hood for 35 grand, and then knowing 5 years later, 4.5 years later to be precise, that house would be worth $180,000. That's literally what the investment would look like. And we haven't even talked about things like Tesla, stuff like that. That would be a hell of an investment. These are the flips that people talk about. This is where the big money gets made. This is where millionaires are created. You've probably seen at least 10 or 20 different ways you could have become a multimillionaire had you started doing certain things, specific things, and buying and holding, say, 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not making this up. If you started buying Bitcoin consistently 6 years ago, you'd have hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of y'all do have hundreds of thousands. I talked to a brother the other day who comes in and visits our Black Crypto Club named Bill Thomason. He started buying Bitcoin in early 2012, and now he's managing about $20 million worth of Bitcoin. And so what I want you to just kind of understand is that the ability to kind of pick out these winners early and then stick with it is really the key to wealth. That's where rich people come from. And so Apple has just been a hell of a beast. It makes money hand over fist. A lot of the surprise for Apple that pushed the stock price up today, it jumped quite a bit today. I want to say 3 or 4%, is because they found out that Apple's been making a killing on its wearable technology. It closed at 182.01. The market cap is now $3 trillion. Annual growth across all product categories in the fourth quarter is up about 29% year over year. The iPhone is the largest sales driver. I'm reading here right on the sheet right now. Apple services businesses grew 25.6% year over year and delivered more than 18 billion in revenue during the quarter. 18 billion in one quarter. There's still more upside, apparently, according to Morgan Stanley's Katie Huberty. She thinks that Apple's price target is $200. She thinks that things like virtual reality and augmented reality headsets are not yet baked into the price. Now, here's the interesting thing. I mentioned to you guys earlier this week that was one of the reasons why a few days ago I told you guys I was going to load up on a little more Apple, because I believe that as this VR space thing happens, as this metaverse thing happens, there's two key areas of the economy that are going to grow that I know Apple is not going to miss. I know Apple is not going to sit on the sidelines in two key areas. One is metaverse. They are not sitting on the sidelines. They're going to compete with Zuckerberg. They're going to be right in there. In fact, they hate Facebook, so they're going to create a competitor to the Oculus. They're going to create a competitor to the Oculus. A lot of people believe that they are. And number two, they're going to be all up in the electric vehicle space. They didn't want to mess with Elon Musk. Elon Musk went in there and tried to make a deal with Apple. Apple said, no, get the hell out. But you think Apple is going to walk away from the future like that? You think they're going to walk away from electric vehicles? You think Apple's going to walk away from the metaverse? Come on, son. Come on. So that's big money. Big money is going to be made by Apple. They're now worth $3 trillion. Apple stock is a great stock in terms of being a tremendous safe haven in an uncertain market, which is what you're probably going to get in 2022. So if you're wondering if it's too late to buy into Apple, I think the answer is no. I think that Apple's still got a lot of upside there, and I think there's a lot of potential there. Doesn't mean you put all your hopes and dreams in one stock. I told you guys about doing that. That's not what smart investing looks like. But sure, if you want to add Apple to your portfolio, I wouldn't get mad at you because I'm adding it to mine. So do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor, please, real quick. Hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, subscribe if you haven't done it yet. If you want to know what else we've been talking about this week on the Black Financial Channel, I did a whole breakdown on explaining why income is temporary and wealth is permanent, and why we as a community need to focus on wealth as a measure of economic success and get away from talking about income and how much money I'll get. I'll make more money on my job than you. No, I don't want to hear about your job. I want to hear about your wealth. So we got to focus on wealth. Wealth is extremely important. And also my wife and I did something on a couple that was talking about how they manage their money, and they said that the wife puts all her money in the husband's bank account, and the husband pays her an allowance, and she trusts her husband in that way. And there's a lot to kind of break down in terms of how to manage finances as a family. So these are all some of the things that we do on the Black Financial Channel. So just kind of tune in. We got a lot of good stuff here. We won't hurt you, I promise. We're going to make your life better. We want you to do well. I want you to succeed. The next point I want to throw in here real quick is in terms of what's going on with the markets. You've also got Tesla. Tesla blew up big time. Tesla delivered more cars than it's ever delivered before. It looks like they're doing extremely well in China. Elon Musk. Elon Musk, for whatever reason, is just able to just murder the game and kill it in China. And this concerns me because the Chinese government could be a little bit fickle, which is why I'm kind of careful about Chinese investments. But it looks like Tesla's doing pretty well in China, and Musk's net worth is really showing the difference. If you look at the growth in net worth of the billionaires last year, you see that Elon Musk's net worth went up by over $100 billion. So if you ask me if he should be taxed more, the answer is hell yeah. I'm sorry. I don't think anybody should be sitting on almost $300 billion while people are starving to death. I'm sorry. Maybe some people disagree or think I'm crazy, but come on, man. Take half of his money and that man won't even miss a beat. He'll be perfectly fine. And then you see some of the other wealthy people on this list. Jeff Bezos is worth almost $200 billion. Bernard Arnault is worth $177 billion. And I did a video about this where he creates that Louis Vuitton drip that the rappers love to wear and love to brag about. He makes Moet, and all these fancy liquors that rappers love to rap about. So congratulations, rappers. You probably put about $50 billion in this man's pocket instead of putting money into your own community. So your hood's starving. You're doing videos in the hood where everybody's starving and living out of Cracker Jack boxes, but yet you're making some white man rich over over in Europe who don't give a damn about you. Well, that makes perfect sense. So I think we need to change that. I think we need to reconsider the culture. We need to challenge some of this mentality because it's really eating our people alive economically, and I want us to do better. But anyway, guys, that's my 2 cents in terms of what's going on. I think the market, you're off to a great start for 2022, and I think there's going to be a lot more money to be made. And I'm going to chime back in. And don't forget that tomorrow we are having stock market investing class. So if you want to join us at 11 a.m. Eastern, we get started. You can come and ask me questions. You can see all the stocks that I'm buying, the stocks that I like. There's a ton of curricula in the Black Stock Market program. It's extremely good. It's the best stock market training program anywhere that you'll ever find. And there's a 100% money back guarantee. So just go check it out. My PhD's in this stuff, so I can teach it in ways that a lot of people can't. So if you'd like to join us, feel free to go to boycewatkins.com. You can find the link there. Also, the Black Wealth Bootcamp starts Thursday. So if you're interested in getting off the corporate plantation or understanding how money's made in a lot of different ways, feel free to go to boycewatkins.com. It's all there. It's right there. Feel free to check it out. All right, guys, I'm out of here. God bless you. I hope you have a great day. I'll chime in a little bit later once my plane lands and all that good stuff. And I love you, and I hope you're doing wonderfully well. And congratulations on a wonderful 2022. Let's go get it. Let's make this year great. Talk to you guys soon. Love you. Peace.